What's up, gentlemen? What's up, Deathcore? What's up,
What's
Tio?
happening?
Yeah, we're back at it. Sorry for the um, unexpected layoff for a week. Neither one of us were there to get footage, so it was
Yeah.
a little break. But we're back. So we got footage today from this past Monday, as usual. What's up, Steven?
What's happening?
So yeah, let's get started. I don't know if you'll experience it, but coming back after after COVID, like I don't know, maybe Luke just pushed us pretty hard at in the advanced class, but like I think even Steven would agree, like it was so hot. We were all like the mats were a sweaty mess just after advanced class. I
Yeah.
felt like my head was on fire. It was like I was like, is this latent symptoms or am I just like yeah, Ronnie ran off the mat with hot flashes.
Nice. Well, I can't wait. Hopefully this Saturday. I'm hoping either Saturday or Sunday I'll be back.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be good enough tomorrow.
All right, so Austin and Aiden are getting after it in the back there. We got Sean and Mitch, and then me and Jason. Ah, that would have been awesome, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
open invitation. So if you're ever up here and you could swing it, you let us know. That'd be pretty sweet. So I had a stand up battle with Jason here. Like he wasn't falling for any of my usual stuff, and I'm pretty sure I just got sick of it after a while and shot in on a low single. Yeah.
You got the ankle pick and then you drove inside. Yeah.
And then here was just trying to get my head back out from underneath, out from his control. I'm trying to control his shoulders as best I can so he can't like turn really hard to his left and put me over. Getting behind him tends to help with that leverage wise. Sanford. Sorry to hear that, man. Do you know where
Yeah.
Sanford is?
Never going. I couldn't.
I don't know. You're the
I
North
know
Carolinian.
of it. Yeah, I know of it, but I don't know where it is in relation to here.
What's up, James?
What's up, James? Yeah, that's never a fun visit. Sorry about that.
What's going on with Mitch and Sean? Oh, is that one of the places Scott was looking
Right.
for a truck, Ronnie? And does Austin... I can't tell if Austin has the arm trapped or not in that
He,
reverse triangle.
I think he does.
I like what he's doing, though, digging in on the arm.
Yep.
And I'm sure Austin already knows this. I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum with him. But for the uninitiated, if there are any watching, where Austin's knee is above Aiden's ear, which is indicative of more of a control with this triangle rather than a strangle. So if he was to get this knee below like this line, if you got that knee below that line, that reverse triangle would turn into much more of a strangle than just control. But while he has control here, yeah, Aiden's arm is in. It's gonna be really difficult for Aiden to get out of that, to untangle that. So I like that he's switching up to attacking an arm there. And Ronnie and Cole down here in the corner. So I spent a lot of time on Jason's back to no
You do a
avail.
lot of hand fighting. Yep.
Yeah, I want to see what Aiden and Austin did here. Oh, okay. Looks like Austin just relinquished control. And what about Mitch and Sean? They might just be rolling light regarding. Okay.
They've just been really focused on passing guard,
Great.
and so I think they've been resetting after that.
Good stuff. Yeah, Jason's hand fighting was annoying, extremely annoying. I've been running into this with a lot of you guys having this high elbow, and like it's kind of shutting down my ability, even if I have like the hand configuration I want.
Yep.
Like if I'm pulling the hand down as far as I can, if they've got that elbow raised, it's difficult to get it low enough to or to leg trap it. So I'm trying to work on ways to contend with that. And more.
The cool thing about go ahead. Keep going.
I was just gonna say, more than one of you have been doing it, so it's really been shutting down my game.
But you'd often think that by flaring that elbow out that you have an arm there for the taking, right? That arm bar. But since Jason was on your left leg, basically you wouldn't have been able to turn the corner in order to snatch the arm.
Right.
For an arm bar. So it's actually a really good. You can see that flaring of the elbow in Gordon Ryan versus Rosamir Palhares. That's what Palhares did the entire time.
Gary and Husmar?
No, it's
Gordon went against him.
Went after him. Yeah, he didn't submit him. He rode his back forever. What? And you could it's basically the entire time Rosamir has his elbows like above his ear the entire time, and he's just sitting there hand fighting Gordon, and Gordon can't ever get anything trapped.
Yeah, I mean, like that's probably the most extreme example of when Jason was doing it. A good illustration of it.
And it's tough because like in that configuration, he's flat backed on you, right? Like he's got so much pressure. It's not like he's off to the side to where you can get like a reverse top lock, right, and like use your legs to fight it. He's centered up on your body. Elbows are flared. You can't strangle him, but you also can't engage your legs because there's so much weight on your hips.
Yeah. Yeah, the feet crossing. I mean, good that you bring it up. This is one of those rules that when you learn the rule, you practice that, you don't you don't break it until you're confident enough to do it, and you're not going to get caught in that ankle trap or in like that straight ankle position. The other thing here is if we were both seated and like working, or maybe like working from the side rather than like Jason's head is so much lower than mine right now. A better way to say that, Jason's head may be lower than mine, but really what matters is my feet are more over his hips than between his legs. If they were lower, like if my feet were more along the line of his knees, which it looks like they are from this angle, but they're not, I'd be in much more trouble there if he caught that. But when your ankles are crossed riding high, like over the stomach, I don't care about crossing my feet at that point. I feel pretty safe. If he tries to hit that like cheeky little straight ankle, it's going to be easy enough for me to adjust. So you'll see me crossing my legs on the back all the time. And it's not because I didn't have a good coach as a white belt. It's because I just don't care, and I could get out of it if I think I need to. Jason had really great timing though on switching that up.
Yeah.
Right enough. Defending with that high elbows. Ryan. What are you talking about, Steven? You mean when he was doing like that, what we were talking about, what Jason was doing with like the high elbow stuff? He had a shoulder twist of me when I defended that high elbow. I'll have to play around with that. I know there's something there. Like there's got to be something there that I can use. What's the fun of this stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The advanced class.
Hang on, who's Ryan?
Danny's buddy. I don't know
if I met him.
No, he's new on the mats, he's come a few times to watch, and just like observe. Look at Mitch, Sean. He's come a few times to watch, but I guess recently he's started to get back. He was letting a knee injury heal up.
Oh, I know him. Okay, I haven't been on the mats with him yet.
Oh, Sean, that's you. What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah, dude. I saw that. That was. Let's see. Yeah, and then right. Yeah, dude. Mitch has picked me up off the mat before, and it is just like you feel good that you're in a safe place. Yeah, he's also Matt's friend too. Matt, and like he's, I think Danny's neighbor, and Matt works with him. I feel like Caleb
picks a lot of us up.
Yeah. I think Caleb's just gonna punish Aiden for this whole round.
Dude, I was watching this before, and like anybody who was on bottom, look at that thumbs up. Did you see that?
Yeah. Caleb just body surfing on him.
Yep. He just chills.
And Sean, between Monday and yesterday, like you were showcasing your kind of your back riding skills pretty well, as far as like tracking in the turtle position and like maintaining position through, like, and also just shutting down some of my early like, look at my my foot pummeling and stuff here, kind of shutting it down early, adjusting early, retaining the back really well. So just props to you on that. Guy especially was super annoying. Yeah, Jason didn't want to get taken down like at all, which is great. He wasn't accepting it, so that's why, like, anytime you see me shooting on someone bigger than me, it's most likely because I'm getting tired of standing and my normal stuff isn't working. So try a low single. Let's look at what's going on with me and Sean here.
So turtle up.
Yeah, and I think Sean, he passed here. I forgot how we got here, but he's passed me, and it almost looks like he's waiting for me to extend that arm to open myself up on a darce. He switches back to the guillotine. Okay.
He had a really good time. The way that he passed your guard was he had a really good timed side control right here. See how he folds his leg? His right leg comes over the body.
So just dismounting.
Yeah, you were going for like a straight kipping escape, and then you went to that lateral kipping escape to the side, and then you tried to use it for an elbow escape. And as soon as he felt that he was losing the knee line, he immediately pummeled over and went to the side control.
Yeah.
So it was really good reaction.
Yeah, so on the guillotine, you could definitely get a guillotine from here. I can't remember what was going on with that hand fight. I want to be more on my side before trying to. Yeah. The other thing here is your shoulder position is just way too far down my head. Like even here, if you were on your back, but I was tucked in further into that guillotine, you could still salvage that, but it happens a bit earlier on. Like that setup's got to happen here, right? So where you're I can kind of tell, like, the grip isn't totally across the neck right now, so I have some room to slip my head. So your shoulder's coming off of the back of my neck, and as you get down into a position where normally you could maybe be in a finishing position, my head's just a little too loose on that.
I like to have the shoulder in between the scapula, right? Like as high up, like very exaggerated. Because the finishing position, your shoulder should be, probably right at the base of the neck, is where you would want to be for the finishing of the guillotine.
Yeah, I agree. And like right here, like I could kind of tell you're sitting into it, right? You're setting up now, you're sitting into to fall back and hit it. Like before you get to that point though, you want to make sure that your grip is in place. This isn't the spot to shore up your grip. It's back before you sit in on it. So like Mike's saying, when you're at the point where the shoulder is like, over the neckline, you're also cross-eyed on me right now, which isn't going to help your gripping too much. But either way, before you get to like falling back with it, try to get to like at least a chin strap, and then I like to kind of like walk my hand in across her throat, and I do it by like goosenecking my wrist and pulling my hand through like that. So it helps me breach the chin to get good contact with the neck, and not just like as a mean like windpipe crusher. Like you can get good contact with the carotids, but like you just kind of let your hand guide its way through joint by joint. Then once you feel like you've got a sufficient grip, that's when you can start getting your legs into position or sitting back to where you want to sit back to. But it's you have to tighten up on the finishing mechanics first. And I don't know if Sean, if you've been around for my standing guard break spiels yet, but like I don't care about the double ankle sweep, because I'll normally get into a position like this where I can pinch my knees together and control your legs. So it's something I like to see you guys adopting, right? You dummy sweep me, I fall back, and look, I'm in cross ashigarami on a heel hook, right? So it's another, that's one of the prime reasons to work standing guard breaks. Anyway, then you talking about the knee pinch, Deathcore, from that fall? It changed the entire position for me. It made me not afraid to get swept from there.
Yeah, it's the whole reason I do standing guard breaks. I know it. I mean, you're gonna get into good position one way or the other.
Yeah. Look at Steven and Mitch here. So Mitch working from seated and wrestling up, yeah. So he's in on this head inside single leg around the outside. Good regarding from Steve.
Mm-hmm.
What's been going on with Jason and Ronnie? Oh, okay, Jason got on Ronnie's back. Sorry, I was just getting caught up on the other ones. And Caleb cranking on a foot or a knee or something. Okay.
Knee bar.
Yeah. I think did he do his spin around? So okay, let's look at this. Because I know Caleb's been hot on this too, right? Trapped in half guard up here. Rather than looking to pass, right? Right now he has the option to step his leg out. So his trapped leg, Aiden's legs are open, so he could step out and around. Instead, he opts to, I'm assuming, get his left leg across Aiden's waist, cuts the corner, sits into cross ashi, and looks like he finishes the knee bar. Cool. Another great option for someone with really good bottom half guard.
That was a nice escape by Sean into Ashi. That was nice. Couldn't tell you.
Oh, mouth escape.
Looked like he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to do an a kipping escape. So he goes, okay, so he does get to the kipping escape.
Yeah, looks like he gets it. And then, yep, gets the bottom knee through. Yeah, right into single leg X. Can you believe we've been in this place for 3 years now?
It's crazy, right? The student count has just kept going up.
Yeah. Oh, Ronnie, you're almost going to get your back taken. Jason could have got... Yeah, there he goes.
It's the second time, too. He hit that go behind the first time.
Yeah.
I think he was really digging on that. I saw that a few other times in here, too.
Yeah, he could have hit it a little earlier there. Just recognizing, I mean, this is, an example of the underhook battle at play, right? Jason wins that underhook battle here. A nice shrug, he could have gotten it there. But I think he probably recognizes it and then gets it just a second later.
So you do something interesting here that I don't know that at least a lot of people that ever take my back don't do this, but notice how Sean is pretty almost out of the woods. Can you back up a little bit more? There. So he's starting to cut the angle, right? And your legs seem open and they're not connected, right? They're not wide open right now, but for all intents and purposes, Sean probably feels like he's ready to go, escape. But at the same time, you have your left leg as a long hook over top of his entire body, right? So that you don't ever have an opening basically to where his hips can escape. But then your top head and arm control, you're digging in so deep to get yourself up underneath him in order to drag him back over and realign your spine so that you can get back control again. And I don't know a lot of people that use that long hook method to keep them, to keep somebody from shrimping out of that position, because it's very difficult to do, as the person trying to escape.
Yeah, and I have the benefit of my bottom leg, he's all his weight is on my, well, not all his weight, but his hips are on top of my bottom leg, so he hasn't, if he had connection with the ground there, if his butt was on the ground instead of on my leg, it would be a much harder battle for me to fight. I'd have to switch to something else where I'd essentially walk away from him, come up, the exact retention I'm talking about, where you walk your hips away, come up to the top, but you have to have really, really tight control around the head and shoulder, and then reset from a different position. But with his hips on my leg and my top leg as that long hook, as I go to pull him over, my bottom knee can start to point towards the ceiling just to get him back between my legs. Then I still have the battle to fight to get leg control, right? He's blocking there, making it difficult. I kind of take advantage of it for the leg trap. But yeah, that's it's something. If he wasn't on top of my bottom leg, I'd have to move to something else.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people, when they take the back and they have their opponent trying to escape like that, when you were in that position, most people would just go straight to mount. But you were able to fight your way back, get into to retake the back, so to speak, or retain the back.
Yeah.
And then finish from there.
Watch Caleb and Aiden.
Wrist lock. Nice. Prison rules.
Filthy.
Trying to tackle him.
Let's see that again.
Did not end well for Aiden.
Nope. That was a really nice takedown. So Caleb had almost like that hunter, like the 100%er sort of or almost like a I guess he had like a half Nelson, but from the front, you know.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm sure it's like a WWE move that I don't know the name of.
I respect the lack of respect. Yes. Oh, I didn't see the muffling. I missed it.
Oh, they were just getting after each other's mouths there for a second.
Oh, nice.
So immature. Oh, and yeah, I guess I should mention up top we're working open guard this week and all variations thereof. So yeah, keep an eye out for that stuff. Let's see how long it takes Mitch to get Jason down.
This was fun to watch.
What's up, Odo?
Hey.
I feel like I improved a lot. How I rolled the black belt today. Couldn't even move him. Does that mean? No, man. That means you're a 2-stripe white belt and he's a black belt.
It's par for the course.
I'm a no-stripe brown belt, and there are plenty of times where I'm not moving black belts either. Yeah, don't measure your progress like that minutely. You know, roll to roll. Especially against black belts, man. Cut yourself a break. If you're showing up, you're improving, and that's not just motivational BS. And also, if you did move that black belt, there's a pretty good chance that he was probably letting you work.
Let you do it.
Yeah, as it should be, you know.
Yeah.
Who's that guy with the weird hair?
Tell us Mark McGrath.
Yeah. Hasn't she heard of
Ray.
Sugar Ray before?
Every morning.
How did Mark get there? Let's see. He and Jason, I miss it. Oh, okay, they started on the pillar, whatever. And then what happened with Mitch and Jason? All right, so Mitch just
snap down.
All right, I mean, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
This whole arm felt. Yeah, man, that's it'd be like that sometimes. That's not going to be the last time you experience that, man. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people in chat who can I mean, myself included, and what's up, Joe? And you, Mike, I'm sure all have stories of when we were beginners, or hell, purple belts too, like training with certain people that just feel like immovable objects. Jason down here on his back under Mitch right now, down here. He recently got his blue belt. If he doesn't want me to extend his arm in an arm bar, I don't extend his arm. It's not up to me all the time with him, and he's a blue belt. I should be able to do it, right? No, it doesn't work that way. So it's gonna happen, man. Steven getting after Ronnie's arm. Let's watch how this happened. Ronnie, looks like you're just getting a little sloppy there. Just letting him have it. Yeah, I think he just snuck that one in on Ronnie. She wasn't ready for it. Oh man, like if James doesn't want to get arm barred, you know. Well, we have video footage of Steven being picked up and swung like a wrecking ball when James didn't want to get armbarred. No, don't ever ask for stripes, Odo. It'll happen when it happens, man. Stripes don't matter. They're a lag indicator. Belts don't matter. It's all you know. You'll feel that way more when you get deeper into it. Just keep showing up, man. That's all that matters. You show up, you practice, you go home, and you ice your wounds. And
yep.
Yeah, exactly. Ronnie will tell you.
It's a nice, sweet.
What did I miss?
Nice, Sean.
I'm all over the place here.
So, playing like a high butterfly, then he goes in and immediately goes into that reap. Yeah. And then the reap was a good call on that one to get the hip control that he needed in order to start bringing Caleb down.
Slow it down a bit.
So he hikes the inside leg over across the hip here, and he's putting a ton of pressure with that left leg down onto the hip. It's nice.
Good stuff. Plenty of opportunities, Sean, to shore up some leg attacks there. I don't know how familiar you are with all that stuff, but I think Caleb would be game to it as long as you're not like ripping on a heel hook when you get it. So feel free. I just saw you said sandbagging is slept on. Yeah, man. Odo, maybe you don't get a stripe for a while, but you're a badass white belt and you go beat up some other white belts in a competition. You know, it's all good. And then Caleb again with this step around to the knee bar. Good stuff.
Yeah, Steven, that's how I measure it as well. When I look back even like to the videos and stuff from months ago, like I can even feel how much I've progressed in the stuff that I don't do now compared to what I did then. So yeah, it's all about like, you know, how you have come up, not about anybody else. Because I mean, you got to face facts too. Like, you know, some people are training 5-7 days a week. If you're not on the mats 5-7 days a week, then there's no way that you can compare yourself to somebody else like that.
Yeah. And Odo, it sounds like you've got either a coach who's a black belt or at least a black belt in your school who's more than willing to train with you. So that's a big help and not something everybody gets. So it sounds like you're in a good spot. You're doing fine. Just keep showing up, man. Wanted to look back at Jason trying to pass Cole's guard here. So Cole's playing an open guard right now. And Jason's kind of stuck in the middle there. Let's go back just a little bit because you made a good move here, I thought. I know I went over this with a few of you yesterday. This might not be the best example of it, but yeah, this is more. It's kind of a, I don't know, I guess you could call it. It's not even a butterfly half. It's like a kind of a disengaged half guard from Cole. Either way, a good way to get around guards like this, or at least a good first step to getting around guards like this is this elbow. I want to see it connected to, like let me back up. I want to see you first standing to your feet, but not totally upright, like you're hitting a standing guard break. You're going into that split squat stance, right? Where your feet are kind of wide, your butt's low. Almost think of like if you've ever done a sumo deadlift, you know? You're standing in that position, and then this elbow here wants to find the knee on the same side, right? So you create this V frame, the same kind of V frame you would use with your forearm and your shin when you're in like a side guard position, when you're on your back and someone is in side control on you and you're trying to get your guard back. It's a similar connection, a similar knee elbow connection. And from there, you can look for, you know, straight up the body passes like a knee cut, or you can move laterally, right? And in doing that, you start to get your opponent's knees pointing away from you, right? Or pointing in the same direction. And that's where you can start to, you know, walk around the sides. I'm being kind of vague and broad in my terms here, but it can all be kind of situation specific. So, Jason, if you're watching, bring this up to me if you have any questions at class, but try standing up to a split squat and working from there. You're first off, you're going to be much more nimble than you are on your knees, or much more mobile, which is an important part of passing, at least with like loose passing. But you're going to be able to manipulate your opponents a lot better, rather than just working on your knees and pressing into his knee shield like you're doing right now. Is it bad manners to ever ask a higher belt to roll? At some schools, not at our school.
Yeah, depends on the gym.
Yeah, normally it's, I mean, at our place, you know, they call us names and treat us poorly, and we thank them and roll with them anyway. If you did that at your school, I don't know how it would be received. So I would just, I mean, you could straight up ask one of your, one of your instructors or whatever, one of the higher belts, say, hey, is that something that's frowned upon at this school or whatever? It's a very fair question. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. What is that, Steven and Sean?
Yeah, it was a really nice, so I think Steven went in immediately for a double, and then Sean defends really well.
I like this setup here, sorry to interrupt, but just
no,
this little, see it better in slow-mo, kind of pulling the arms up, propelling yourself forward, shooting in. It's even, that was done from a distance too, right? Like Steven's kind of outside and manages to give himself enough time to get in underneath. Yeah, really good reaction from Sean though. But then Steven's got the right idea here in trying to cut his angle, trying to put Sean on his back. It was a good way to follow through on that. It's illegal in the gi in your training room if your higher belts say it is. I was heel hooking Kurt in the gi last night. So again, you gotta just you gotta get used to the rules of your school, right? Every training room is gonna be a little different. So better I'm normally in most things in life an ask forgiveness rather than permission person. I would reverse that on the jiu-jitsu mats. You're dealing with people's joints and everything, and also etiquette. So ask permission first, see what's right, see what's acceptable. And also as a very fresh white belt, you might want to think twice about heel hooking until you're very comfortable with the mechanics of it, or beyond a shadow of a doubt that your training partner understands how to escape them, because you don't want to be that guy to injure somebody like that. Who's over here by the lion? It's Jason? Oh, okay, Jason. Gotcha. What happened with Steven and Sean?
Straight ankle. From like a double trouble position. It was.
Speaking of leg locks.
Yeah. Sean had outside Ashigarami. And so Steven took the bottom leg with him and actually caught the straight ankle on that. So not like the one that you would think. current live footage. Yeah, this. Well, I mean, yeah, this is as of what, Monday? This past Monday, 2 days ago.
Yeah. This is from Monday night. Okay, yeah. So he hit the. Did he hit the cross side? No, I think he hit. Yeah, he hit the same side, but the cross side leg was up in the mix there.
Oh, I got you.
That's the cross side leg, and then he hits the straight ankle. Yeah, Sean, straight ankle lock shootouts with Steven are no fun at all, ever. I hate it. Yeah, maybe one of these days we'll have live open mat cams, but the internet connection sucks at the school, so we record it and go over it later. Caleb working the step around knee bar on the other side now. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Setting it up with a little toe hold threat. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, that looks like a weird reverse grip on the toe hold, but that's good, man. I like to see you guys polishing these moves over and over. So I think 3 people now. It looks like you smashed your own balls, so that's also fun to see. How many hours a day do y'all like to train personally? Well, I don't know. What about you?
I train like an hour for what, 3-4 days. Sometimes I can make it 5 days a week.
Yeah,
that's like all out training.
Knee bar broke. Yeah, that's what it looked like, Caleb. I thought that's what you were fussing about. Yeah, I mean, if I'm there, like if I have the time set aside for class, I'm training the whole time. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, that means 3 hours, an hour for advanced, an hour for fundamentals, an hour for open mat, and then weekends, it's typically 3 hours total on the weekends between Saturday class, open mat, and then Sunday open mat. For me, the more the merrier. So if I have the time to commit to it, I commit to it. And then, I study instructionals and stuff and matches outside of class too. So I commit entirely too much time to it. And then there's also lifting, and other general exercise. Sean, I just want to say I've been here so many times before where you're like, why aren't you, I'm kicking out the backs of your knees, why aren't you falling? Steven got the Kimura there. Speaking of working moves relentlessly, I mean, we've seen Steven over the last probably month or so, if not longer, working that like rear takedown defense to the Kimura. Mm-hmm. Staying very, very just based out, steady on the during the grip break, not panicking. And then nice to see you get finished here.
I would say strength training is important for jiu-jitsu. If not for improving your jiu-jitsu, it's for actually preventing injury. Is my number one reason for doing it.
Yeah, I agree. You end up going against someone like Mark McGrath, and yeah, Joe, we know where you stand. How are you healing up from the Go Ruck challenge? Jason
I'm
just
also seeing a
go
lot
ahead.
of mercy grips. Like I'm seeing mercy grips from standing, and it's like so exciting.
I think Steven likes to flirt with those a little bit. I like that Jason has basically just won the stand-up battle by attrition against everybody today.
Right.
He's like, no one's gonna take me down. I think except Mitch with his snap down. Oh, this is fun. What I got on Austin here. One of these days I'll take those mercy grips with Steven. We'll see what happens. I'll probably tap out. I hate them so much. So I started working a side triangle on Austin here. And I took a lot of time to tighten it up. And like, even right here, I think he flicks me off at some point. No, I've done them with Luke. That's why I don't do them right now. I made that mistake once as like a white belt or a blue belt. And it was just...
If James came up to me after class and was like, have you ever done mercy grips with Luke? I was like laughing. It's so like, yeah, I have.
You do it terrible. Once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ended up finishing the side triangle. But those are so difficult for me, I think, because of my short legs, that it's nice to finally win one on the skinniest guy in the room.
Look at Jason standing up.
I know, man.
Awesome.
Love it. Got to get up to good posture though, right? It's not a standing guard break just because your feet are on the ground. You've got to stand straight up, like Steven isn't hanging off of your body right now. Right. Steven made a good move here by bringing the guard higher, but right here, this is where you just want to pop up, Jason. Like, just stand straight up. Steven right here just put his weight closer to your shoulders, so it's going to be harder for you to like stand upright, but yeah, not a bad thing if you have to get back to a kneeling position, get reset. I mean, now his guard's low, lower to your hips. You could start to work that again. And then recognize when it's open. Oh,
it's working hard at that angle.
We'll give Austin credit because I think we missed it so far, but I think he Goga plotted like 3 people tonight.
No way.
Like yeah. Let's see.
How did we miss all of that?
We're at 25 and a half right now. I want to go back. I know he did it with Aiden. I think he did it maybe with Caleb at some point. All right, so maybe
here's Aiden.
All right, so they're here. Maybe it was earlier.
He got that. It was that triangle look.
Yeah, we saw that. He didn't finish it there. I'm pretty sure they said they did it at some point here. Maybe it was... All right. We'll check very, very early, and then we'll get back to that.
Oh, they're rolling again.
Well, this is that same... Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Looks like maybe he set it up here. No, that's just a triangle.
It's a triangle.
I could see it happening off of this, maybe. No, not with that figure 4.
No, then we're back at the triangle.
Yeah, I know it happened at some point. Maybe it was coming up. Okay, what happened here? So yeah, this is just a reverse triangle.
You're right.
Okay. Oh wait, was it right. Oh yeah,
Right
there it is, right in the very beginning. So yeah, we totally missed it. So let's look at it real quick. Working from an open guard, with like kind of a smashed butterfly hook. Right here. Good, so he's getting an angle there. Notice he kind of came offline, right? Like he's not there, you could say here their spines aren't in alignment. Austin has kind of gone off angle, working his way up towards an omoplata position, but instead of like totally cutting that right angle, sneaks the foot in. He said it was because we called him out on one of the last streams, that I think we were like, oh, he probably doesn't even know what an omoplata is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then he either went and learned, or he did know what it was and just started hitting it on everybody. So he tried to hit it on me at some point around here. We may have missed it, but it doesn't matter. So I think Jason can stand to like start focusing on developing a passing system, or so we talk about loose passing, tight passing, and passing with submissions, or the threat of submissions. A second ago, right here, you're sitting in front of Steven like this, you're tied up top, kind of treating this like you guys are standing, fighting for a takedown, when really your next goal needs to be getting around the legs. And I don't see any setups for something like that here. Do you? Between like he's not pushing forward, he's not cutting angles, he's not trying to advance past the legs. So like, I would say working on finding what works for you. I would venture to say maybe tight passing is a place where you could start doing that with like body lock passes, double over or double under passes, those heavy stack passes, things like that. That can help get you moving forward in situations like this, Jason. So let's talk about that at class, and we can kind of get you something to work with.
Our main instructors are Mike Bertram and Luke Moeller. We're affiliated through Tom DeBlas, so they're belted under Tom DeBlas, both black belts.
Mike's under Luis.
Oh, well, I mean, he got his stripe from Tom.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Steven on a nasty Kimura again.
Yeah, look how he switches this up into the scissor.
Sick.
Like scissor.
All right, so yeah, similar setup, right, to what we saw him doing against Sean.
Yep.
And what's cool about this is, against Sean, he finished the Kimura, right, which means getting the hand behind the back. In this case, he doesn't get the hand behind the back. Jason says, fine, you can have your hips back, but I'm keeping this hand in front of me. Steven says, cool story, bro. Nice. And yeah, I just want to look at the turn here. So right here, Steven, just another option. This is what you did was good. Just another option if you wanted to fight on this Kimura, heisting your hips up and like inverting, and then getting your leg underneath, or getting this leg underneath Jason and your other leg kind of over the face will allow you to use your legs to help extract that Kimura, or extract the hand to get it behind the back. That's called like a cross Kimura position. But that's not an essential way to finish it, right? So what you did here, where you rotated over, that was pretty slick. And then yeah, right with the head scissors, keeping Jason's neck pointed away. He can't even turn to you to like start turning in towards you. Like he can't turn his face to you, which prevents him from turning towards you to start escaping. So I think he knew it was just time to tap on that. That was slick, man. That was really good. Good to see two outcomes of that Kimura break, like that takedown defense. I don't think anything real exciting happens here.
This is funny between you and
I hadn't seen Aiden in a while. I had to make sure he remembered who Daddy was. It's alright, we fixed the wall so it won't fall down anymore. So, go ahead. Were you about to say something?
No, I wasn't. No, I was just laughing at the comment.
Might see a third outcome. Mom, I want Gordon Ryan. We have Gordon Ryan at home. Did you see Garrett's comment on the reel that Luke posted?
Yeah. What did he say? I didn't.
It was like the
said something.
Quotation, like, "Mom, we have Gordon Ryan at home," just from like that meme. Gaptoski, nice. Sick lateral drop on the left side. What did I miss? Where's this lateral drop? Oh,
from Caleb.
Let's see. Chuck and Ronnie. A little over under position. Yeah, that's another takedown. Caleb's been sharpening up, and like, let's pause there for a second, because I think let's give Caleb some credit. You and I were talking, I don't know, a few streams back about wanting to see him impose his will more in that standing position, like utilizing upper body grips, putting his weight into moves, getting people off balance that way. And that's like prime example. I mean, how many of those have we seen from him at this point?
Yeah, between the last few streams, absolutely.
Gaptoski, welcome to the chat.
Yeah, welcome. Normally, first comment, it shows something, like it shows a thing, but it doesn't have a first comment.
Maybe we missed him.
Huh. Sorry if we did.
What's up with Steven and Cole here? So, Steven's doing his damnedest to hit the same.
Yeah, so this was good. This is what he's talking about.
I don't know what happened there. Cole was almost to a good shoulder crunch.
I don't know if he doesn't have any leverage. I love how he just tucked the head in the armpit and then just rolls right over. See that? Like what he does here.
Right here.
Right into the armpit and then boom.
Yeah, I mean, the same kind of move that, like, a lot of us do with that power half Nelson, where we're using two hands to crunch somebody's head down. Cole's just using his tricep to, like, get out of the way. Aiden's not getting off that easily. So I was on his back, and he was doing, good job of being a pain. But he ends up turtling up here, and I said, it's time to hit him with a Peruvian.
I saw that.
Given how much he loves doing them. So I set it up, and I got to be honest, and I didn't want to say it to him. This may be the first time I've ever hit a Peruvian necktie in no-gi. I don't. It's not a move I really try ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're welcome, Aiden. Put the squeeze on him. And then I just like drop his ass a second later. I love you, Aiden. It's always fun rolling with you. Good. Nice sweep from Steven.
Very.
Look at Cole, though. Keeping can... Let's see. He's got a... Really just a collar tie. And, like, not even... Okay. Deep enough of an underhook. But no real connection with the hands. Puts him right back down.
He's passing up the middle a lot more now than he has in the past. And I'm like, I like seeing that. He's changing it up.
Yeah. Did you try to throw her again, Caleb? Oh, yes, you did. Yep, and now you're on bottom facing her, Wrath. See how Cole hits a little knee slide, and just not even much of a hip switch, just back steps, controls the shoulder line so he can't turn towards him. What happened on that takedown? Oh, just barreled into him.
What was that outside trip that you've been going for? The collar tie?
Yeah, I remember like a few of them or like they were getting kind of sloppy. And I ended up just getting my head right into his chest and kind of pushing through him on that one, as opposed to like ripping on the collar tie to pull him down.
Mm-hmm.
Cole doing a little bit of that mount body surfing, right?
I might come tomorrow, but I don't think I can't train. I'm having weird side effects from COVID with my neck and like a tension headache type thing. I've got limited mobility.
Thoughts and prayers.
I'll just take steroids.
If you guys hit the follow button to send Mike 10 thoughts, subscribe for 10 prayers. Let's get him back on the mat, you guys. Paper cutters. Neck cranks, man. Just good old-fashioned neck cranks.
Free chiropractic care. Courtesy of Mooresville BJJ. Oh, this is a nice, hitchhiker escape.
I feel like Aiden's, like, he's done these
All
on me
over.
before. He's doing really good.
He's doing it on everybody. He's doing very good with them.
I mean, I was on a good back position, and he had just been making it difficult. I decided to switch. And he like right, he's not letting me establish a good grip. Um, and he's choosing when to go, right? Rather than me breaking his grip and then him trying it as a last ditch effort. Yeah, it's that's exactly how you want to do it. It's got to be done on your terms, not because your grip has been broken open. And I guess while we're talking about it, because I know we've highlighted it before here, but um, anyone who's ever like tried this or and failed or isn't the best at it. I know I was terrible at it early on. Um, Notice what Aiden's doing with his head. It's all about getting the head on the other side of the legs. It's not so much about um, let's see, how do I want to say it? I want you guys to think about like the real move here isn't so much getting your arm safe, it's getting your head free from the control of your opponent's legs. When you get your head free, that's what gets your arm safe. It's that has to happen first. So a good hitchhiker escape gets the head out from underneath the legs. It doesn't get the arm into some super special place necessarily, right? I could grab Aiden's wrist, pull it back into a dangerous spot, pretty easily. Leverage is on my side. But if I can't control his head and shoulders, I can't hit an armbar. So he gets his head free and then polishes it off with a really, really nice pass. So keep that in mind. If you're ever having trouble with hitchhikers, try to focus on the control that your opponent has over the head and getting free from that. And that can really help out. I feel like Steven's just cranking on Cole's wrist. I think I was trying to do a Von Flu on Aiden, but it really just turned into me driving my shoulder into his face. It's called a dilemma. That's how the pros do it. Smother and wrist lock. Oh yeah, and props to Jason here too. He and I talked about this after the roll. He came to me after one of the last classes when we were talking about just like positional escapes to work on, and right off the get-go, hit a takedown, end up passing guard, get to mount. He immediately focuses on the knee elbow escape and gets it with like no problem. It's not. He didn't spend time. Trying to bench press me, trying to hit UPAs, which they work, but they're a little lower percentage after a while. So really, really great, effective use of a knee elbow escape. And Austin with a Goga Plata on Steven here, or an attempt at least. What's up, Austin?
Happen.
Thanks, Gav. We I think we both really appreciate that compliment.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Too many jiu-jitsu schools don't do enough takedowns, and that's something we open every class practicing takedowns. So it's an important part of jiu-jitsu that gets overlooked. Take your foot home. Let's we'll go back on this go. I missed the revenge foot break. Snap. Where's the snap GIF? No one's been using the snap. Made it for a reason, you guys. God. You guys are disgusting. I'm gonna put you all in timeout. Yeah. What was that?
Matt spent a solid 5 minutes to go back and find it.
Yeah, man, we gave you your credit. We stopped and like just searched through all the footage to find it. It was right in the beginning. We didn't realize. Where are you at? Gavtoski, do you how long have you been training? Just simply by the fact that you called it an ashi, I know you train. How long have you been training? Yeah, Austin, you hit like 3 of them on Monday, I thought. Or at least had very deep attempts on 3 of them. Yeah, whatever, man. 6 years is still good training time.
Yeah, right.
So Jason and I are going over the finer points of reaping here. When it's useful. Okay. Yeah, because I think he actually got me. He had me in a good reaping position at some point. I think it was here.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, really, really cool. And I paused because I got my knee out, and I told him, I was like, "You're losing the knee, so don't go down with the ship."
Yep.
Let him get the knee back and then work on there from the finish. And then just went over why the reap is useful and dangerous. All the heel exposure gives you all the torque on the knee. What's going on with Austin and Steven? Look at Austin just getting a figure 4 like it's nothing. Like in a top lock position. In fact, I don't know if you guys were like joking around or talking or what, but Austin, right here, if you feel like, I mean, I guess that's a little loose. That's like over the toes, so maybe you didn't feel comfortable keeping it there. But if you're exercising some control here, man, cross Steven's arm over your center line. It's not far for you. Like, go 2-on-1. You know, pick a hand, grab it, bring it over, and then start working your armbar from the top lock.
And in order to take him down from here too, even with just a strong top lock, you can take either, like, say, I'm going to say pick your, if you want to take him to your left side, you take your right arm and you fish for his right leg. So you would go up underneath, catch his right leg, and then you take his body to your left. And it's a good way to off balance him and put him down on the mat.
Oh, show. Just a heel hook. Nice attempt on the triangle entry. Recognizing that Steven's hand is planted, right? His right hand is planted there. A little pat on the back, and then whoop, right here and just sneaking it over. Good attempt. It looks like there may have been a little bit of a. There may have been a little bit of an impediment there to not getting it fully locked up, but what happened? You guys are just moving too fast. Or the playback speed's too high. Whatever. Anyway, you weirdos. Gav, what school do you train out of? Let's restore a little normalcy to the chat here. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, okay. How did I miss that? Oh. Did you see that?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
The leg was in. So his left leg was inside of the triangle?
Yeah, Steven's left leg.
Oh.
You sneaky little bastard.
I know.
Man, they're just like, there are these things that like I feel like the rest of us with like normal proportion bodies don't even think about.
I know.
And Austin just like, let me tie up 3 of his limbs and his head just because I can. Oh man, you move from one jiu-jitsu mecca to another then. I guess I'm assuming you mean New York City. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, between San Diego and New York, you got a lot of options. Shut up, Austin. Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about the Rochester scene. If there is one.
I've been up there a couple of times.
Yeah. Hey man, be the change you want to see in the world. Open up a school.
Webster, New York, last time.
Gotcha.
Which I guess is close.
Yeah.
To Rochester.
Steven and I had a fun-filled roll.
I didn't make it this far before.
I barely made it this far that evening. I was so tired by the end of this, man. Luke put us to work in advanced class, and then it was just, I mean, you know, you can miss like a class, and then you're just stoked to be back. So after being out for a week, I'm like, all right, let's get out, have some fun.
Yeah.
Hence my really, really great takedown setups. Where was it? A whole bunch of MMA amateur guys. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. I know that story. That does suck. It's hard to rein in training partners like that. To be like, hey, can we just not try to knock each other out right now? It's such an ego thing. Yeah.
Death matches are a must, but like they've got to be at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, they're fun.
That was
I mean,
a nice takedown.
It was really great. I mean, it's not like every match that I was in tonight was like balls to the wall. Right. But it was an hour of it, and I felt like I got hit by a truck that night, and like my sleep was garbage and everything. So like trying to do that day after day after day, the toll adds up. And then yeah, man, throw guys who want to train MMA into it. It's like, Jesus. Just trying to roll. Almost guillotined me.
Yep. Straight into a mount. Way to see that too. I feel like a lot of people miss that opportunity.
Yeah, and like I didn't like right here, you know, I was like, all right, good, I'm getting him off balance. Let me come up on that. I think I just didn't drive through enough on it. Like I mean, you could tell I didn't control Steven's legs well at all, hence his mobility, right? And then he squares back up with me, and just walks me forward, steps right over.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really like terrible reaction on my part, great reaction on Steven. Completely get into a dominant position. Purple belt in fear fighting. Now you're so much better than you were, Joe. Give yourself some credit, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was thinking about what you and I were talking about, Joe, as far as like some of the things to focus on for training. And like you mentioned, with the offensive stuff you'd like to work on, you mentioned that you've been looking for Kimuras and I believe arm bars and maybe even triangles. And I would challenge you to pick just one of those. I know which one I would pick for you, and I'm curious if it's the same thing that you would pick. I'll let you make your decision on what is most which one of those three is like the most fun for you to work on, because I think that's how you should like guide your training. But if you don't know which one to pick, let me know and I can give you a suggestion. But let us know, man. Tell Mike and I like which one of those three, Kimuras, triangles, or arm bars you want to work on, and I want to go over finishing mechanics with you, and then we'll worry about like how you're doing in rolls, you know. Sorry, I keep replaying the same stuff here while I'm getting my thoughts out, but
it's a nice sweep.
Yeah, Steven just had a really great sweep here. So complete control of my head the whole entire time, and then really effective use of a single butterfly here. Gets me elevated. And here's the thing, I'm not even necessarily in a bad spot right now in like this high tripod position. You know, I've got a wide base, like my well, wide-ish. My elbows out, flared nice and wide. I'm pretty sure I had control of his head. Or no, I'm an idiot. He had control of mine. But you know, I'm in a position where I could conceivably leg pummel, but I have no control over his hips, which just means he's gonna take control over that whole situation. So whatever I was trying to do to set up from there, I think I lost it early on, once I relinquished head control. So tired, I just casually sat back on the leg.
That's what you got to watch out for, though, is that he reshoots on the leg.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So we enter into this 50-50, which you and I were talking about that a few weeks ago. I'm pretty comfortable in 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my leg defense is good enough to keep me safe for a while. So as long as I can kick Steven in the face a few times to get my leg safe, I'm pretty pleased with myself. But yeah, he wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, you guys are just leaving trails all over the map.
Yeah, I was actually going to go over this in class yesterday. But this X guard, kind of like I don't call this an X guard sweep. I think of an X guard sweep as me extending my legs out this way, getting his base really wide and sitting up and taking top position. This is to me more of like a tripod sweep where I drop my ankle behind his, and even though it's not the traditional like foot on the hip pushing back, I still have the foot of this leg pushing on this hip and kind of flaring backwards while I get his in this case his right leg disconnected, and put him down. But then once you're here, like I've been adamant about going over this with you guys. Sweeps don't stop when the person hits the ground. They stop when you either take a top position or you go in on your submission attack. And this was one of the ones I wanted to go over yesterday. But hitting that X guard sweep and then immediately coming up onto a leg attack, right? I opted not to take a top position, probably because, yeah, it was too damn slippery. And also I was very tired. So I was like, all right, let's get him down and start to isolate a leg. Obviously, I didn't have enough control over the hips to make this count. Not for a lack of effort, but definitely made him move. But in any case, yeah, just an example of when I want you guys thinking about sweeps, when they end, it's with you taking an offensive position, not just putting your opponent on his butt. Just hops right around my guard at the end. And then I think Caleb wanted one, which is the worst. Last roll of the night, 100 pounds heavier than me.
Damn. Onto the back. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I I think that was honestly more mistake on Caleb's part than any technique on my part.
Knee cut without the underhook.
Exactly. Yeah, so right, if he had that underhook here, this wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have been able to pop out the back. I'm just doing my damnedest to keep his back off the ground at this point. He's already given me back exposure, so I'm trying to work my way there. What did I get there? I think it may have been... Caleb, do you remember? I want to say maybe like that triangle Americana. Was it a rear? Oh, that's right. I just caught the neck. I caught his chin up a little high and just slammed into the strangle without having to dig. Yeah, I've had to resort to, well, I'm not resorting to anything. It's proper practice, right? But like, you should always be looking for an open neck on a, was that just collar drag? Yeah, you should always be looking for an open neck when you're going for strangles. There are just times where you can catch your partner and you don't have to go through the whole hand fight sequence. You could sneak that wrist in right underneath and then immediately go to the grip. All of you have gotten too good at hand fighting. Great sweep.
That's a nice tripod-ish.
That was 100%. Look how quick he hit it, right? So top leg goes to my hip, bottom leg just kicks my ankle out right from underneath me.
Yep.
Good.
And it gets back up. Nice.
Yeah. And that whole thing I said about sweeps and when they end, it works in reverse too. Like, I mean, like you just saw with me, he doesn't get the sweep if he doesn't take top position. So I stood right back up with him rather than, opting to sit on my butt and accepting the bottom position. Well, I just put you down, so. Right or no? Oh no, you tried your throw. Yeah, that's right.
Lateral drop. Yeah.
I baited you into doing that. I'm taking full credit for that. I'm kidding. And then now it's just a matter of breaking down the Galapagos turtle. Grow up. The funniest jokes are the ones you tell and laugh at the hardest. Ask Cole. So if anybody was listening, I just did a kind of poor example of it. Maybe I shouldn't point it out. I was gonna say I'm trying to get my knee elbow connection here. After we reset, you can see I'm fighting as best I can to get my right elbow connected to my right knee on the inside position, in an effort to now try to point Caleb's legs in that direction or point his knees in that direction. It was a failing effort. Caleb had better guard retention than I had guard passing at this point. So I just tried to break his leg instead. But he got a pretty dangerous little counter toe hold on me that made me give up on what I was doing. What's the point of the elbow to the knee connection for the person who is passing? Excellent question. You want to take this one, Mike?
Oh, go for it, man.
So let's see if I can freeze frame it. Bear with me. A picture will help. So yeah, we'll say right here. Notice what Caleb's trying to do right now. His outside leg is not very effective in guard retention if it's on the outside, right? So he's trying to pummel that leg up and over. If I was better here, this is not an ideal example, but if my positioning was a little bit better, if my head was closer to his chest, and I have that knee elbow connection, my hand is on his hip, and I don't want to say immobilizing it, but it's slowing down his ability to move his hips, right? So I'm impeding his motion there. 2, the outside leg has a much more difficult time pummeling back in and re-guarding. And once he gets that leg back in, it's easy enough to square up on me, and all of a sudden I'm back in a full open guard, right? So I've probably had to fight to the position to get up the middle between his two legs. I don't want to just easily relinquish that by letting him pummel his outside leg back in, and that knee elbow connection helps prevent that. From there, my progress goes toward, well, I could progress a few different ways if I want to pass quickly, like with knees cut passes. That's always a quick, easy one. Knee staples to the other side if I want to go like maybe a bit tighter, trying to get into mount, or like I was talking about earlier. I don't think you were on yet, Austin, but shuffling his knees to point from, in this direction over into this direction, and then me passing up along his exposed back. All of that starts with good position and control on the inside, where my legs were at, and with that knee elbow connection. And yeah, from here, I think I was just resigned to however much time was left on the clock, I was going to be under Caleb's control. So Just do all I could not to let him submit me at this point. And that's that.
A good way to finish it out. Yeah, man. Cool.
Good stuff today, guys. Thanks everybody for all the hard rolls as usual, and for joining us in the chat. We always appreciate it. Gavtoski, welcome again. Thanks for hanging out, man. And Odo, glad you came back, kept us up on your progress. Take it easy, guys. But yeah, keep coming back. Bring your questions. Bring your comments for each other and advice and all that good stuff. What else? Let's see. I won't be there tomorrow. You may not be there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I might come, but I'm not going to train.
Yeah. All right,
not unless I take a huge turn for the good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right on. Well, yeah. Follow us if you guys aren't following us. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. We always appreciate it. We'll put this up on YouTube a little bit later, and we will see you guys. Thanks a lot, Deathcore. Take it easy, man. We'll see you guys, Thursday or tomorrow, rather, or this weekend. And definitely back here on Sunday.
See you then.
So take it easy, guys.
Later.